Welcome back, everyone, to Vintage Watch Hunter. We're going to do another great Seiko tutorial for you guys today. What I have today is a new old stock Seiko 6139-8010, the PVD chronograph with the very cool textured case that is, made for outdoors, being rugged and all that. So I think what happened is this watch actually came from the factory with some kind of issue because the crystal, I don't know if you can see it super well, but the crystal is really foggy, and it doesn't show as normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with this new old stock Seiko crystal, a 305W12 GN. Flat side, it's double flat side on the bottom and top of the crystal, and it should press in fairly easily to this case. So we'll take a look at this case just one more time. It's in really, really good shape outside of the crystal itself, which again is just slightly foggy for some reason. If we look at the back, the case back still has its original sticker, and which is in new condition here. So this is a really, really great example of this reference, one that you will probably not find again in this condition. So the first thing we need to do, as usual, is remove the movement from the case. So what we'll do is we'll take the case back off. I've already pre-loosened this just to make it easier for us on the video. And then we are going to have to take out the pushers. Okay, so the 6139 pushers, these are held in by the movement ring, and if you just pull the movement ring out, the pushers, because they're spring-loaded, are going to fly out of the case. You do not want to do that. You may lose a spring, and these are not easy to replace. So what we're going to do is hold down the pushers with our fingers and then remove the movement ring with some tweezers, and that way we can gently let the pushers out. So we'll do that right now. Here we go. I'm going to put the case down on a case pad that I have moved. Here it is. And then we are going to get these pushers out right away. Here we go. So let me move the bracelet out of the way. We don't need that. All right. Okay, so I have my tweezers, and we are going to get this movement ring and these pushers out so that we can remove the movement. Here we go. So we're going to hold this down. It's very difficult to see, but I will just hold this down with my fingers like so. You don't have to push them in, just hold them down, and then pull this movement ring out. Okay, now as you can see, these pushers are going to come out. So we're going to pull that out. And as well, we're going to pull this guy out. There we are. All right, so everything is out now. We're going to put them in a case here just to keep them safe. Let's get this spring out. These springs are nasty. You do not want to lose one of these. They're very easy to lose. They're very easy to spring all over the floor. And I have lost a couple of them, so I would highly recommend that you take a lot of time and caution in removing these. If you're not used to this, just try and practice a little bit before you do it so that you don't lose a spring. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on the side. I'm going to grab another one here, another case, like so, and we are just going to get the movement and dial out right away. Okay, so now that the pushers are out, what we're going to do is just remove the crown here. All right, so now we're going to remove the crown, and then the movement should come right out. So in order to remove the crown and stem, there is a little pusher right down in here. You're just going to push this down very gently, and then use your finger to just very easily pull the crown out. It should come right out. You do not have to put hard pressure on there. So here we go. See if we can do this on camera. Push really nice and easily here. Okay. So now the crown is out. We're going to gently remove it here and put it aside into our cup. Okay. Now the movement is free to come out. There we are. We'll pull this. And there's our movement. in absolutely gorgeous condition. Everything on this is all original. It's a Japanese date here, so we can view this in Japanese, this day in Japanese or English. So again, we'll put this away and we're going to cover it and set it aside. All right, we are now left with our case and we are going to remove this crystal. For this job, we're going to use our pad and our hammer and a flat die. Okay, so I have chosen this die for the job, and we're just going to put this in to the case here. Now there's a little play, but it's the one that I have that fits the best without being a little too large. So I am just going to use my hammer here and give this a nice whack, and the crystal should come right out. So here we go. There it is. Okay, so here is the new crystal that we purchased for this watch, and we are just going to set it in, and then once we've set it in, we're going to press it with our crystal press. Now this watch is kind of interesting because the gasket inside is clear, so it was actually kind of difficult to see, but certainly there is a gasket in here. So we're just going to drop this in and kind of set it down in. And once it's set, we're going to make sure that it is flat, that it sits in the case flat, and from there we're going to press it in halfway, check it to make sure everything is flat, and then press it all the way in. So what we'll do is maybe we'll go around real quick and just see if this is sitting in flat or crooked. And I think it's sitting in flat enough where I am going to try and press it here. All right, so I actually pressed the crystal in. It took quite a few tries to get it to seat properly, so I just did halfway, checked it, and then we put the whole thing in. So what I used for that was a case back press, or excuse me, a crystal press. Looks like this. Sorry, I'm filming from above, so it's very difficult to do this, but looks just like this. All right, so I used 2 flat dies, one for the case, one for the crystal, and it looks really, really nice. So we're ready to put it back together. So the first thing we need to do is get the movement back in. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the movement here and get it back. Make sure we're remove of dust from everywhere. So we want to take our blower and we're going to just blow off the movement, or excuse me, off the dial, and we will also blow off the inside of the crystal. So now we'll just gently place this back on. There we go. Case is on, looking phenomenal. And now we're just going to flip it over. And complete the process. So next we're going to put in the crown and stem. And I'm just going to lubricate that first before it goes in. Okay, so now we are going to reinsert the stem. I have just lubricated it and put the grease on the O-ring there. So we're just going to put it in here just like so, nice and easy. And you don't want to force it in. You just want to kind of work it till it finishes. And once it's inside, you are good to go. Okay, next we're going to do the same thing. We are going to install the pushers and springs. Okay, we have relubricated the O-rings, inserted the spring into the cap, and we are now ready to put them back into the case. So what we'll do is we're going to put them both in together like this. So we're going to insert them and hold them down. Actually, these are nice enough we don't have to hold them both down together. Here we go. Okay, we have both in. I'm going to flip this around. Hold them down with my fingers. Okay, they're both held down with my fingers. And then we are going to reinsert the movement ring so that the ring sits over both the pushers. There we are. So once that's in, those pushers are going to stay right where they are. Now the last thing to do is just to put on our case back and then check our work. There it is. Let's get it as close as possible. There it is. Our PVD 6139 8010 chronograph. Everything should be working okay. We'll check this. Check our quick set. Perfect. Perfect. Give it a shake. Check our chronograph. Our pushers seem to be working just fine. And our reset works great. This watch is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put the finishing touches on it. We'll get the case back, tighten down, put the bracelet back on, and take a couple more photos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, here we are. The 61398010 is back together and complete, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. All brand new 1972. This watch is incredible. Thank you so much for watching. This is John from Vintage Watch Hunter. At Instagram, Vintage Watch Hunter. Please visit our website at vintagewatchhunter.com for great Seiko parts, accessories, tools, and much more. We'll see you on the next one.